In order to better understand how we came to implement this social media-based performance management system we called PerformanceCircle, I think it helps to have a little historical backdrop to how we came to think about performance management in this way. We at Catapult Systems had been conducting employee performance reviews the same way for the past 15 years. We had a very elaborate 10-page long appraisal form with numerous competencies, and we had a different form for every job role that we had in the company. Once a year, we conducted an exhaustive employee 360 feedback process where we collected data from everyone you had worked with in the previous 12 months. Well, there were numerous problems with this approach. One, I've never met a manager or an employee that actually liked the process. It became this exercise in recollection for the managers, and it was very painful and long and laborious. The employees always felt that something was missed along the way and that their appraisal didn't really reflect their actual performance. But the real problem was that it was so far removed from the actual behavior itself that it had absolutely no measurable impact on performance, either positive reinforcement or constructive feedback. And so we started thinking about how can we improve this process. And I remember vividly, one night I was thinking about this problem, and right there in my inbox, there's an email from my mother who had just posted some comments on my Facebook page, and then it hit me. What if we could take some of the things that we now take for granted with social media, some of the social media principles, and apply them to a performance management process? And so we did. Now, some of these principles include the fact that today, because of social media, people are surprisingly willing to share information with their friends, with their family, in some cases with the whole world, and receive feedback on that in real time. Another principle is more often is better. The more often people are active on applications like Facebook and Twitter, the more friends they have, the more followers they have, and the more dynamic the conversation becomes. Social media has also taught us that in some cases, shorter is better. Twitter, for example, limits each microblog post to 140 characters, thus completely removing writer's block from the equation. And so we took some of these principles and we turned it into this thing we call PerformanceCircle. And PerformanceCircle is a performance management homepage for every employee in our company where in real time they can give and receive feedback that's posted on their performance homepage that can only be viewed by them and their immediate manager. And feedback comes in two different varieties. Ad hoc feedback, so if you walk in and notice good performance or maybe some performance that could use some corrective behavior, you can post that feedback on anyone's performance page in the company. And we also have event-driven feedback. And there are events that occur naturally in every company. For our company, for example, at the end of every consulting engagement with one of our clients, that's an event. Each time someone teaches a class internally, that's an event. Each time we close a quarter, that's an event for our accounting team. And those events trigger automatic invitations to all of our team members who are involved with the activity to provide feedback on one another. And again, it's right after the activity occurred, so their memory of that whole activity is very, very fresh. So now we have feedback that's, and by the way, we limited that feedback not to 140 characters, that was too short, but to 300 characters to completely remove writer's block and allow people to just provide feedback as they see it in free form.